out with me wanting to give back, me wanting to help other people, me wanting to give people that empowerment if they need it. When I started in this process, I learned how much I was motivating a lot of these young men. So for me, that's what it was. And then how fitness basically changed my life. And it became such a dynamic that has led into everything else. And the three main tenets of For the Lions, which is routine, structure, and discipline, is exactly how I live my life now. I want to give back to those people that may have lost some hope. Getting yourself into the gym, that little by little, brick by brick, day by day, you see those little gains, and then you start seeing the results. And I feel like we've got so much to offer to general population as far as fitness, to people as far as positivity, masculinity, going out and getting what's yours in the universe, not taking no for an answer, building your own door if there's no door there, never quitting, fall down as much as you need to. You never lose. You either win or learn.
That's what my thing was with this podcast, was just reaching so many different individuals. This is going to be like, hey, we're going to get snips and clips to where we can give you advice from fitness to life to, hey, dating maybe, and things like that. Get the general population training, because we're going to funnel them there, because that's what's going to help them. It's all about helping people. Just like, hey, it's not just a fitness thing. It's not just a bodybuilding thing. It's about creating family and creating a legacy and creating an imprint on history.
Yeah, I'm gonna be having a beer right here and be like,
we better get filming early, because I can only have beers for about another weekend here.
But hell yeah!
I've got ass back into shape, dude. I keep looking at the scale.
How much you weigh right now?
It's 220, but it was 225 2 days ago.
Okay,
a little bit of fluctuation
going down. It's all good.
Little bit of fluctuation here. Well, I was 220, and then I went back up to 225 because I was like telling people, I'm like, yeah, I'm already 5 pounds. 4 days, already 5 pounds down. And then after the weekend, I'm like, fuck, back up 225.
Dude, I think whenever I think about For the Lions, 2020, when I first met you, well, actually we met in 2019, but when I first started training under, Ready to Win, your program that you gave me, For the Lions was, whether you and I knew it or not at the time, For the Lions was being developed, right? And it was that lion kind of mentality, and I didn't have it quite yet. When I went to Tahoe, I think is when it kicked into gear, because, let's face it, I lost, right? Second place that's not winning.
Yeah, but you had me and you had actually started talking about it before Tahoe. When I found out that you were in it to win it, and you were going to be like me and almost be like a lifer in this sport, whether we're coaching. I plan on coaching even when I'm not competing anymore.
Right.
I love this sport like I love football and wrestling, baseball, all those sports that I played. But we started talking about it then, because I was like, I want to get into fucking clothes, bro. Like, I've been personal training for 10 years almost.
But yeah, when I think about For the Lions, dude, like it takes me back to that time, to 2020, when I first stepped on stage, and I just remember not knowing anything about I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Acting and modeling, and being turned down and told no so often, and failing so often in the audition process of becoming an actor, that there was nothing that could have stopped me from doing that prep. You know what I mean? Even if it was just like, look at that. It was fucking park workouts, push-ups, pull-ups, and that was it. So that kind of never quit mentality was, when I think about For the Lions, that's where it started to originate for me. And me getting that second place at Tahoe was like where the fire was really lit. I said, this process was great, and I just might be addicted. And I want to win. You said, okay, this is what we got to do. And you gave me a new program, basically, where we cut the calories down even more, brought the cardio up. And at that point, remember, I was able to find a gym about an hour north of where I was living at the time in Northern California. They were on the lowdown, dude. They were open, but they didn't want anyone to know about it.
Isn't that crazy? We have to talk about that.
It's fucking like a speakeasy. It was a speakeasy for gyms.
We were trying to start, because you'd never done a strength program, so we were trying to start you with it if we could, but it was just like the training in California. Yeah. Like, thank God I'm in Florida. Thank God our governor is who he is.
Man, yeah. DeSantis is a fucking G. I love that guy.
Because it was like businesses were affected a little bit, things like that. But your fitness and stuff. I mean, the gym that I go to, they were the ones that were like platooning and doing all that stuff. And luckily, I mean, they were calling out DeSantis and stuff, but luckily he's not a fucking idiot. So he just was like, science isn't pointing to this. These are your rights.
That's it.
We're also in a state where we're outside a lot, so that helps a lot. You know,
no, for sure, for sure.
And obviously, everybody entitled to their own opinion and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, dude, absolutely. You know, and that's the thing too. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just if you want to have a debate, let's debate. If you want to have a talk, let's talk. If you want to have a fight, let's fight. Otherwise,
facts.
Exactly.
Facts versus fictions.
You have those jobs for the people, I would think. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like with me, I'm not going to do something that I don't believe in. You know, I'm not going to lie about shit. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm just not going to do something that's not overall the right thing, or a certain, you know, direction of doing the right thing, or giving back, or helping, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, you know, long story short, that prep for West Coast Classic, which was, I mean, I was already in prep, and then we just kind of took it up a notch for that one, which was another additional month. And then when I went to West Coast Classic, and I remember, it was like a very solidifying moment for me when I was in between prejudging and finals. And I remember I had a really, really solid prayer session to God, and I just asked God for guidance. And I said, if it's in your will, and if I'm on the right path with my life, with bodybuilding and where I'm at right now, I put the work in. I practice my ass off for my posing. I'm bringing my best package possible to this particular stage. And if it's in my cards, if it's in your will, you will grant me this championship. That's basically what my prayer was. And sure enough, boom, boom, boom. I won all 3 categories, right? So literally a grand slam. Yeah. Exactly.
Sweeping up.
Just mopping, dude. Just mopping. In that moment, the actual lion was born. Coupled with your knowledge, which built me, everything that you gave me, and then we put everything together, and it just fucking, look at it now. I mean,
well, that's probably
that wouldn't exist. That wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, buddy.
No, man, this is like, I mean, because dude, you're the one who told me. You said, you remember in the beginning, you were saying you ever thought about competing. I was like, no. When you were getting me prepped up for the TV pilot, remember?
We gotta get this guy on a stage. Yeah.
Dude, for DeWalt, you were just getting me all prepped up for that. And I was like, no, I mean, it was great getting in shape. I love to work out. That was fun, but I had never thought about competition. I was like, never really had any desire for it.
You as an ambassador and an athlete for me, with the team, but it was because of your acting and modeling and helping you further that career. Cause we talked about it, and we were like, same thing that we talk with Dami. We'll probably get Dami on here sometime. Talk with him, get people in your field.
For sure.
But like we talked about, I said, I think it was the movie Troy, Brad Pitt, Missouri boy, just like myself, but he did that movie, and I'm like, he looked like he was in such good shape. And then I went to these bodybuilding shows. So I'm like, that motherfucker ain't holding the candle to these bitches up here on the stage. And that was even like local shows, right, bro? So the thing is like, whenever that's your field, I'm like, dude, we can help you cast, because they ask you to be in certain shape. They cast by how people look a lot of times as well. Your talent, but if you're built like The Rock, you're not going to get certain roles. You're not going to get, roles where you have to have a smaller guy that does this, you know what I mean? Or a fat guy. So, you know what I mean? But when you understand nutrition and training, you can get whatever body you want, which makes your job even easier. I mean, some of these guys get casted just because of how they look. And if they're big and muscular, you could add some weight. You can learn how to actually act. That would help. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would actually help you a lot, because there's a bunch of big guys, but the thing is, you can't be shredded all the time. But that's where we talked. It's like, hey, you have to look like the epitome of human perfection. And I'm like, well, that's easy, because that's how we get ready for shows. So we started working together, and then I was like, you're so close. I mean, I think I said 8 weeks, but you probably could have got on that stage. If we had, imagine if we had a real gym and place that we could train at, what we would have been able to do with those 8 weeks. Because I think it was around 8 weeks when to your first show. But that's how we got you in, and then you just got the fever. That's what happened.
Got hooked, dude. Got hooked. I was in, man. And now,
especially when you lose, when you don't get the overall, you're like, that's mine.
That lit the fire. That lit the fire. Like, cause especially because I knew, like, and no disrespect to the other competitors, but I knew that in a lot of those circumstances up on that stage, I beat myself. Like, you remember, my posing wasn't great yet. And, there's obviously certain muscle groups that weren't where they needed to be. My conditioning wasn't quite where it needed to be. And then some of the other guys that I stepped up on stage against, like, again, and no disrespect, but at the end of the day, I still should have won.
That's what happens when you first start, though, just as part of the learning curve. And that's where a lot of these new competitors, I don't even want to say young, new competitors have to learn, is like the posing is to where if you're not presenting it properly, then that small angle change, that small tilt is going to make you look bigger, smaller, not as aesthetically pleasing, not as symmetrical, all these things to the judge's eyes. And then if you're on the outside, you have to angle so that the judges can see you centered. You know what I'm saying? So there's all these like little tricks is where, where I always tell people, like, if you want to get real serious, get with coach. When I played football, guys, I looked ugly because I played ugly. And so I was like, I want to look like like the nastiest son of a bitch out there. I was like tape, neck roll, choking people under the pile, but like some guys would be like, hey, you look good, you play good. And it's the same thing with life. Like if you look good, you feel good. Like right now, I feel like a big cow, but people think I'm huge, and so that's fine. I'm 225. But like when you're lean and stuff, and I'm feeling good and I'm confident, I can talk to anybody. You know, I don't have any regards, and so that's cool to see that empower people with that, especially these young men. And some people hate the word alpha and they hate the word beta.
Right.
You're not a what's the best way to put this? You're just not a man's man. It's not
right.
My grandfather at 18 was going and fighting in a world war. My father, when he was younger than I was over in Desert Storm, and then we got guys that are doing TikTok dances, you know what I'm saying? So,
dude. Oh man, that's a whole other subject. And I think we do want to touch on that because, I can't. Okay, so here, let me talk about this. So Jason will send these fucking TikTok videos to us, right? In the group text.
Yeah.
And I don't have a TikTok. Nor do I want a TikTok. I'm gonna have to get one, or we're gonna have to do one for the Lions. But it's just like it's one more thing to do. You know what I mean? We're already so busy as it is, and it's like
absolutely terrible.
And it's what it is, dude. It's mindless. When I see these videos, when I actually see them, I'm like, and I'm seeing the millions upon millions of views, and I would definitely be into us doing a TikTok for the company. I'm just not going to get a personal one. To me, it's just
no, hell no.
It's fucking moronic, dude. Like, and call me old, whatever the fuck. I don't care. To me, I can't get into the stupidity that I see on there, and it's like I could never see myself wasting time making a dumbass video like the shit I see.
And it's not even the TikTok stuff. It's just like the Mahomes' brother and all that shit, like little pussies that sit there and do little beta male type of things. He went into a bar, bro. You love this because it's your industry. Went into a bar. They didn't serve him right away, so he tried to like destroy him on social media because he's got such a big following. So they had to respond, and I'm just thinking, like, as a business owner,
they had
like, fuck.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, fuck you.
Well, no, they did. That's what they said.
Good.
They said, hey, but they had to respond on social media because he tried to blast them and say they wouldn't serve him. And so that's where they got on there and said, hey, you're not your brother, And so that's what I think is like these little like pansy ass dudes where they'll talk some shit, but when you bring it to their face, they're not going to be about it.
Yeah, dude. You remember the stories I tell you when I used to, bartend and bounce at that club out there in California. More often than not, I mean, honestly, dude, like it would rarely pop off into physical. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it was more often than not, it's just them doing this, flapping their gums. And you mix that liquid courage in, and it's it can be a recipe for disaster, for them. And
I think an alpha male is a man that puts his family first, his woman first, his God first, and is a non-fearing, God-bearing example to people, and won't back down. Will stick up for the little guy. That's what it is, man. And
I agree. I think there is a common kind of like misnomer, if you will, with that term, and I think that that's not what it is at all. I think what you just said described it pretty well. And another thing is when you have some of these people out there saying, "Oh, I'm an alpha" or whatever, like, first of all, an alpha doesn't have to tell you he's an alpha. It's just known.
Yeah. Well, and saying you're an alpha is one thing, and being an alpha is another thing. Just like like we were saying, like an alpha, you don't pick on anybody less fortunate.
No,
like
no.
You are a lion and you attack things head on. That's an alpha male to me. You don't
Yeah.
have to be some muscled out fucking guy
No.
kicking people's asses, or some dude that just beats people's asses. Like
no, it's just dude. It's like
that.
No, it's just like you said, the animal kingdom. Like, look at a lion. They don't. The only time you'll see them wasting their time with a hyena is when a hyena is trying to fuck with their kill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they don't even pay attention to the hyenas, and they don't. You know what I mean? They're just like whatever. Their background until they start messing with their stuff, or encroaching upon their territory. Of course, you and I always agreed upon in the beginning. We never wanted to follow along with somebody else's path in this industry or life. I want to create a team, a brand, a lifestyle, a fucking dynasty that's for the lions, for us, right? So, and that's how it started. And
Boo-boo.
yeah,
Forest bias.
Boo, Forest bias. You remember them? Oh, dude, are they still around?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that shit since high school. Definitely dated ourselves with that, but you know what? If we want to go down that route, yeah, these days, dude, you never fucking know. They'll choose something new every day. Every day, it's something new to get offended by.
Don't get the video pulled.
Yeah, they choose to be offended. Dude, being offended is a choice. It's like remember I said there's a pile of shit on the ground. There's a pile of dog shit. I want to be offended. I'm going to walk right into the dog shit. I don't want to be offended. I'm going to walk around the dog shit. That's how easy it is. And you want to be a victim? Hey, the opportunities are aplenty to be a victim. So have at it. It's never like we never say we're lions. It's just what we are. It's like an alpha. You don't have to say you're
okay,
an alpha.
Okay, guys.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
Remember on Step Brothers, I really wanted to be a dinosaur, so I'd suck my arms up and run around, chasing cats in the neighborhood.
Hell
my dad said, "Quit acting like a fucking dinosaur and get a job."
That movie's classic.
I listen to a lot of motivational stuff, and they talk about like the eagle and the lion being the animals that God is represented by, right? Because the lion is the king of the jungle, and the eagle is the king of the sky. And so that's the cool thing for me. When you said for the lions, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down with that. Also my alma mater from college, but MSSU Lions shout out right there, baby.
There you go.
But that's the thing, dude, is when you said lions, I'm like, heck yeah, because they're not, it's a Ray Lewis thing. They're not the biggest, they're not the smartest, they're not the fastest.
No.
It's just that the way they carry themselves, that intensity, they think that I am the king of the jungle. So like if they come up against an elephant, a giraffe that are much bigger, I don't give a damn. I'm a fucking lion. I'm the king. So you're going to have to run from me. I ain't running from nothing.
Nobody hunts the lion, bro. Nobody hunts the lion.
They will go in with their shield and come back with it or be carried upon it. And that's how our company is.
I was so into the program because it changed my life, obviously. And it, developed this whole new avenue for me. That's when we started doing Ready to Win and starting to get more people involved. And then we put people through the 6-week program before anything. Everybody has to start the 6-week program. And especially if you want to be an athlete, you start there and then you basically prove that you want it or you're worthy of, taking it to the next level.
For sure. And I won't even train people at my brick and mortar, my physical location here in Florida, without them doing the online program first. Unless you've been grandfathered in and been with me for a while, like I will not let you in because you got to show me that I can trust you and that you're ready to do it. Because I'm at the point in my career, 10, 11 years in now, that I'm not coaching. I'm not here just to coach the people that aren't serious. Like, we're not serious about it. Wait till you are serious. It's like sobriety. You get sober when you want to get sober. So people, when they're not ready to get sober, and everybody wants them to get sober, and then they have relapses and all that shit. Fitness is similar. You're not going to be like, until you know that you need to do it for yourself, some loved one, something like that motivates you, what your why grows. It's just not going to work. And that's where you've learned, like, general population is a whole different animal. Be a little bit more sensitive, walk them by the hand, but it's great because they just don't get good coaching.
For sure.
Like car salesmen, and you were already coaching people. That's why one of the reasons I wanted you to come on, you're already coaching a lot of young men that first year. And I'm like, he's already doing it. We're just going to add to his coaching the fitness side of it, and then he can keep doing mentality, time management, all this stuff with these young men. And that's why I wanted you to come on, because I'm like, fuck, dude, you're already a coach. I can teach a trained monkey how to train a person. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can understand how to train bodybuilders and peak their body correctly, and the anatomy and the physiology with the nutrition, all that stuff combined with posing, if you can really wrap your head around all that, general population, is very similar. It's just a small portion of it.
Yeah.
It's not as intense. It's not as, so that's why I was like, you're into the fitness stuff with bodybuilding. If you really want to make it a business and a company type of thing. And then what I'm super pumped about is getting some Unbound Ambition films out and getting some stuff about how, you know, the season, and giving people that don't get to watch this sport an insight to this sport and things like that.
Yeah, and while the sport has grown exponentially over the last several years, it's still like a underground kind of thing. It's not nearly what it can be and what it probably will be. Like you and I say a lot when people want to, you know, join the team, the sport's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You know, it takes a certain type of person to be able to compete in bodybuilding. That's for damn sure. And you know, that's kind of like that's where the three tenets of For the Lions was developed, was from bodybuilding of routine, structure, discipline. Those three tenets were core values for me leading up to the West Coast Classic, because I had a, you know, strict routine to follow that was structured, you know what I mean? And it was all centered around discipline, because if I didn't have discipline, I wouldn't have been able to do any of that shit.
Yeah.
But having the discipline to do all that, you know, putting it all into place, which I was developing discipline just like yourself, both of us from athletic backgrounds, you know, that's where we developed that stuff. So, and that's why you and I have such a team atmosphere mentality. It's about the team. Nobody comes before the team.
And when you've played sports with real strength and conditioning coaches, you're going to realize that, let's be honest, like football players, like, you're not bodybuilders, so you having a six-pack and all that. I didn't have a six-pack when I played football. People see me and they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't look like that when I played football. My transformation is actually when I was playing football, so I was in good shape.
Yeah.
Amazing shape. I was an all-conference player. I was captain for 2 years.
You could probably run fucking 6 miles straight.
I could throw my body and decimate people, and ran a 4.5 laser time, benched fucking 395. So I was built for football, but then that's where, you know, people don't understand, like, you know, that's not a body build. Like, I have football guys that'll come to me. I'm like, hey, that's not going to be what your body's going to be ideal at for that sport stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, with the bodybuilding, I think sometimes with these athletes, they don't have that structure when they played high school. But luckily, we played college and had that structure. But being able to trust and just stay on the system, people want to change. General population wants to change their workouts so quickly.
Yeah.
Muscle confusion. You know, it's really about training patterns.
Yeah.
4 6 weeks, 6 to 12 weeks, mesocycles, and so that's where, you know, me and you and seeing some of the guys that you said have had athletic backgrounds. It's not if they have an injury or something that we don't change their workouts or something like that, but it's that you have to train. You know, it's if you get somebody that's wanting to move it all the time, that's where you're going to have problems, because you're not going to get there as quickly. Like I said, football, you train them for being good at football. Bodybuilding, we're training to be good at bodybuilding. So Paul, for example, shoulders were his weakest muscle group, and that's not saying anything negative. It's just is what it is. My chest and back were dog shit when I first started. So I was very square because I played football, so I didn't work on lats and things like that. But we wanted to make us better, so what did Paul do? Shoulders, almost every other fucking day. And so he's going to do back 4 days a week. This
every week, hammer time, every week.
Exactly, and that's where these guys that played sports say, "Oh, they're getting us bet here, so we have to follow the program to get to this point." Guys that haven't done sports or played in these or coached with these type of people, where they, you know, are doing it for you to be better at the sport. And they're, because we got the general population thinking, oh, this is what I want to do. I want this to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
Be honest with you, sports are enjoyable when you're winning. So it's not really, you know, it's not so much. It's about what's making that. And then especially with our team, we're not just taking bucket listers. We had a couple of bucket listers when we started. We had a bucket lister that jumped on and he didn't even get to a show. Some bitch will never get to a show. But when you get the people that think they know more than the coaches, like I'm educated, I'm certified, I've got a master's degree. Like, there's reasons that you're coming to me and Paul to coach you. We've also done it, top 10 placing in national shows. And that's where when you get the guys that want to change things up or they're not trusting you, you can still get with them. I get you have to build trust with your athletes. It was easy with me and you because I think I built the trust by getting you in such good shape for your film. And that really resonated with you because that's something that you take very seriously. Some of the guys that are just getting into it, it's going to take them some time to trust. It's going to take them winning. Like, you won quickly. Some of these guys weren't like we said, I said, you're going to be a natural in this sport. Some of these guys aren't going to be naturals right away. They're going to have to work for that. And so that's where these guys that have done sports, they trust the process. They don't question it. They give you the issues they have when they arise. Other guys, you know, and we're working on them, and I think they're going to be good for us. But we got some guys where, you know, it can be a little bit more hands-on and stuff like that, which is fine. But the sad thing is that sometimes it's a trust thing. And so I think when you get that trust built, and that's one thing in this sport, coach hopping and all that type of stuff is frowned upon. But then even, you know, tell people the grass ain't always greener, and we come from not bodybuilding, so we know how to. I've done strength and conditioning. We played college sports. We've got all these things that we have experiences from that make us good. It's like my buddy Brett, Matt Nelson, the guys that are collegiate strength and conditioning coaches. They didn't have to play all the sports that they coach, but they know what to do to make you better in that sport.
Right.
So that's why when I first started coaching Sam with bodybuilding, it's blood in, blood out. If you never competed, nobody would coach with you. You know, that's why I started competing, because then I could get people like you. If it was just going off of Sammy, you'd be like, that's cool, but I don't want to look like she's a girl, you know? But you see me and you're like, okay, I can listen to this dude and stuff like that. And so having that perspective and saying, hey, this is how you get stronger. This is how you get bigger. This is the science behind it. And then understand the nutrition, and then learning the nutrition from a scientific standpoint, but not a bodybuilding. That's where you get some of the old school bro science. You got to take this supplement. You got to time it up here. Fasted cardio burns more fat. No, it doesn't. You know, hey, thermogenics burns. These fat burners are going to burn more fat. Okay, you might as well shit in one hand and then take the fat burners in the other, and you can take both of them and see which ones work better for you. The answer is they're going to be exactly the same. And I feel bad because I know there's guys on the team that still take that stuff, but we tell them not to because they're a waste of money and stuff like that. So that's where, with our experience and everything, we're well rounded. These guys that just do bodybuilding, they have a lot of trouble with the general population. You know, we can do both because we don't come from bodybuilding. Like I said, why you went so quickly. I mean, I think you might have even done it quicker than me. I don't know. We might have been around the same timeline, but I think our national placing was around I got 7th and you got 10th and Samantha got 9th, and we got that in 2019. Yeah. So we started in 2017 prepping, started our first show in 2018. So about a year and a half or something. And that was probably about you with your national show, right? I mean, technically, yeah. So, I mean,
technically it was my second year in bodybuilding, but it was that's what it actually was. 1 year total when I stepped on stage for nationals. I had been competing for 1 year. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because that's for us, that's what it was for us. It was our second season when we got our top placings and stuff like that. But when you follow the program and you listen to your coaches, especially if you trust them, then that's what happens. Just like with my strength coach in college, I got strong as shit because I followed the percentages. I followed what he said. And I mean, you can attest to that because you've coached people before and you've been coached, but you know how it is when you just trust the process and listen versus when you think you know it all. Just like the guy we just recently had for he says, I think I know my body more than you. Okay. Good luck.
Good luck with that, buddy. Next year. Yeah, we'll see you. Yeah, for sure. We don't play that game, dude.
See you on stage next year, and don't pose like an asshole because you might get everything right, but if you pose like an asshole, we're gonna give you a hard time.
Yes, sir. I'd like to say thanks to everybody who's supported us from day one, dude. Our family. I mean, we wouldn't be here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for people wanting to sign up for our 6-week program because we got the results to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
People who want to compete because you got the results to prove that too. You know, everything goes to them, man. Because ever since acting and modeling, when I first got started in entertainment, I did it for the fans because first and foremost, I'm a fan of, you know, of acting and modeling and film and all that. So, and now I'm one of the biggest fans of bodybuilding and fitness and business and everything. So next week we'll cover what we got coming up for the Lions.
Well, and I want to also give the shout out to the people that follow us, like you said, but then also the people that hate on us and watch us just to see if we're going to fail. All you motherfuckers. Yeah, dude, because the thing is, like, I know a lot of
them can fuck right off.
Yeah, people
but keep on watching us because you're going to see what's up.
So I'm really excited to have everybody here along with us. And obviously, if we ever have any questions or anything like that, anybody wants to come on, we're going to start conducting interviews and filming them and then splice them into our releases and our channel. And so if anybody would like to come on and talk to us about life, fitness, anything like that, we would love to hear from you and then bring you on if it's a good fit.